Hi guys, welcome to Xero with me. I'm Trevonna Parker. I am the owner of 9 Plus Financial Solutions, where I help moms to avoid generational paycheck to paycheck living, or worse, generational poverty. And I also am the owner of Pro Life Bookkeeping, where I help busy baby catchers and their friends to avoid burning out with their time, their money, or their energy, or their sanity by taking care of their books. And I'm also the owner of a local bookkeeping agency that I started with my teenage daughter, as I help her to understand the ropes of bookkeeping and accounting before she heads off to school. And so I'm just going to pick up where we left off in the last video. We were talking about going into my Xero account and just putzing around with Xero and my certification. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and pick up from there. So we had stopped looking at the certifications and how to become certified. So what I wanted to do was go back, I think it was here. Into the Xero Advisor certification. And I'm going to go through the self-paced. As I said, I'm in progress. As I said, I did sign up for a course on the 27th, but I am trying to go through the self-paced course just in preparation. Maybe I'll get it prior to the 27th, maybe not, but we'll see. So it says complete the self-paced course to earn your Xero Advisor certification and discover how to set up Xero, add clients, and perform everyday tasks. All right, so it tells me to be sure to complete the entire course, including the assessment at the end of each section. And again, once I complete it, it's valid for 12 whole months. 7 CPE credits. Excellent. All right, so complete initial setup task. As we look, it looks like it's chock full of a lot of stuff. We have initial setup tasks, then we have reconciling bank accounts, which is interesting because I hear people say that you can't reconcile bank accounts in Xero. So I'm just trying to look at everything from Xero's perspective and find out what's going on. Manage business contacts, use inventory for products and services, manage customer quotes and invoices, manage supplier bills, customize and use reports, create and track client projects, manage expense claims, set up and manage fixed assets, review and adjust transactions, manage practice tasks in Xero HQ, and that is it, although that's quite a bit. So it's going to be a pretty interesting journey, but I think if we get our hands in here, it will help us, if nothing else, to prepare for the webinar. So let's go ahead and see. Let's see how to use the Xero dashboard. Yes. No, I'm going to say the right word. I don't remember what I do. Sometimes I do things in the middle of the night when I'm trying to learn something and I don't remember. Introduction. Here's a quick overview of what you'll be able to do by the end of the lesson. You'll learn the following. Now, I'm going to let you guys go through me as I go through the journey of learning. But of course, when I'm taking the exam or the assessment portion, that's something that I'll do in my private time. If you guys have joined me and we're doing this together, we can go through this together, and then we can jump off and do the assessment in our private time. Come back, give each other high fives, and it'll be great. So I'm going to customize the dashboard, navigate an organization, in the notifications and login. So as you can see, this is not an American company. The spelling of certain words. I know sometimes when I show my children things like that, they're like, that's spelled incorrectly. And I have to say, no, it's spelled correctly for where it's from. So the dashboard overview shows you a snapshot of the business financials and cash flow. What you see depends on your user role. So click the icons below to see the details. Now, I did hear that Xero is a very boring look, and I can't disagree. It doesn't seem very eye-catching, but that's, eye-catching does not mean it's efficient. But I like, a hybrid of things that are eye-catching as well as functional. So we'll see. Let me go ahead and see what they're saying. So what things can I click on? You see that there's the dashboard, which is where we are now. Apparently lets you know exactly, gives you some information on when you last logged in. I think that's really neat. Um, and I think this is related to not necessarily the your login, but the companies that you're working with. That'll be really neat once um, when you're working with different clients and you're doing like closing at the end of the month to know exactly when you actually touched the client's books last. All right, so they told me to click on these things, right? Once connected, bank accounts show automatically on the dashboard. See the organization's activity and items reconciled. Invoices owed to you. And this is something that I heard was really neat just because it doesn't say account receivable. This is for you to be able to explain those terms to your client. So invoices owed to you. Let me make sure I'm speaking into the microphone. Invoices owed to you, uh, you get to explain those things to your client as opposed to the account receivable. And I guess, I don't know, on one end, if it says account receivable, it kind of prompts you to explain certain things to clients because not everyone knows. But invoices owed to you, that can actually speak to a client. And then as you want to, and this is a plan of mine as an advocacy bookkeeper, explain those different concepts: accounts receivable, accounts payable, what is a balance sheet, what is an income statement or a profit and loss, a cash flow statement or statement of cash flows rather. All of these kind of things are different terminology that we get to teach them. So anyhow, let's get back to it. View a summary of invoices owed to the business. This comes from your accounts receivable. The same panel is available for bills you need to pay your accounts payable. We do all the work for you, explaining it. Business performance. Choose to show your organization's performance graphs as a panel on the dashboard. The graph gives you insights into business performance every month. I'm right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I was not even noticing what was actually happening. So we're at business performance. Let me go back up there and just review this a little bit better. So when we talked about the business savings account, we can see that we can put our connect our banks here. And I'm not sure what it would look like, how many, as we add different savings accounts, checking accounts, any credit card accounts, how this would look with more. But it does show you if things are reconciled, which is really neat. The statement balance as of the date, that's really neat. And just this little graph, I know that sometimes when we work with people, they're a little more visual. And so things like that. Let me turn this a little bit. My mouth is with this microphone. Okay, and they can get your bank feeds. And of course, we know that bank feeds are a help, but we should always get that. Let's see. So let me go here. Now I see what I'm doing. That's right there, and that's why that's in my way. It covers it up, but it didn't do that before. So, okay, so invoices owed to you. We've already discussed that. So this is what it looks like. Invoices owed to you. The new sales invoice. You have some drafts. A lot of times I know that you can be doing something, you're not ready to send it, so it lets you know what's going on. It gives you right off the bat what's overdue and who you're waiting the payment from. Oh, and it gives you a nice little aging summary report down at the bottom. I think that's really neat. All right. Okay. Business performance. So let's go. Choose to show your organization's performance graphs as a panel on the dashboard. The graph gives you insights into business performance every month. Okay, so ratios, debt to equity ratio, quick ratio. From my understanding, you'll probably be able to set these, but we'll see. We're learning this all together. Total cash in and out. Keep an eye on cash going in and out of the organization. Xero bases this on actual bank transactions linked to the bank summary report. I think this is neat. Basically, this is like a cash flow summary of actual cash that you have and how money is flowing, because a lot of times um, cash is not the same as your credit cards and things like that. And so sometimes as business owners, people get confused about what they actually have. Is profit the same as cash flow? And this opens up those kind of conversations. So I'm liking what I see so far. So, and then there's the account watch list. Let's see what it says. Monitor data for key accounts from the chart of accounts, such as sales, general expenses, or wages. This helps you identify potential issues before year end. I think this is really neat, and it says year end, so um, I wonder if, well, it has this month, so it compares the month and then the year end, year to date. So I think, just always being able to tell those stories behind the numbers, this will definitely help. Then, of course, it says that you can edit the dashboard, and that's not something that we're going to do right now because we're just going through the training. But I have heard that you get to customize this how you want it and even move things around. It's pretty simple. It's pretty clean. I guess, as a creative, I would like a little more oomph to it, but functionality seems to be there. So and that's how that measures. All right. So do we just keep going down? Okay. Customize dashboard panels. So remember we said we could edit the dashboard. I believe that's what we're going to do right now. Configure the panels to show the most relevant information about the organization. Changes made to the business performance and account watch list panels are seen by all users. Any changes made to the dashboard layout are unique to your login. Click the arrows below to see the details. So apparently, if we change anything to the business performance and account watch list panels, everyone in our organization, whoever we signed up, can see it. So sometimes you have multiple people touching people's accounts. Uh, Everyone will be able to see those changes. But any changes made to the dashboard layout are unique to you. So, for example, I'm working with my daughter. We're working on a client together. Um, Her dashboard, she can put it however she wants. I can, however she wants. I can put my dashboard however I want. But then the other parts of the business performance and account watch list panels, right here, business performance and the account watch list, those panels will be whatever we make, whatever changes are in those panels, we'll be able to see those together, or anybody in the organization will be able to see those. All right, so click the arrows below to see the details. Click Edit Dashboard to show the customization options. So Edit Dashboard. That's what they're talking about right there. And once we click that, this is what it should happen. Click Show or Hide, then save your changes to display the panels you need. So we get to show or hide things that are important to us or things that are unique to certain clients, I suppose, because sometimes certain clients don't, there's certain information that they don't care about at a certain time. And so maybe you don't need to see that on their dashboard every time, except maybe, maybe at the year end or something along those lines. So you would click show or you click hide, depending on what you're wanting to do, and then you save those changes. And then what comes next? Another way. And it says then drag the panels to arrange them as you want. Okay, so we can drag the panels. We want to see it this way, and then we can save the changes. Now, what I'm wondering is if we could do that for each client to our liking in a bulk setting. So, for example, when I log in, my user login, I want all of my clients to look like this. Do I have to do that individually or can I do that in bulk? So we'll see. Is that it? That's it. All right. So we get to identify trends, watch accounts. So use the business performance dashboard and account watch list to examine important business trends and accounts quickly and easily. All users see any changes made to these panels. We've already discussed that. So click the tabs below to see the details. So the business performance. The business performance dashboard helps identify important trends. You can add graphs to it. From accounting, select reports, then click business performance under financial to show the graphs. Select the stars to add them. So let's see what we're looking at. So if we were in the business performance tab, it says that we would add different graphs. So the current liabilities to net worth, that's something to look forward to. That's really neat right there. Current ratio, debt ratio, debt to equity ratio. I will, maybe when we get into this, or maybe next time, I will kind of give you guys those numbers and how to actually get those ratios if it's not already in here. And then the star items will appear on the dashboard. So let me just take a look at this. Okay, you see this is going to be on our dashboard. This is going to be on our dashboard because we started. We did it there. All right, so let's see what account watch list will look like that time. Keep an eye on important accounts. From accounting, select advanced and click chart of accounts. Choose which accounts to show on the account watch list. Click an account, select show on the dashboard watch list, and then click save. So we're editing account details. We're looking at this, we saw account revenue, then the code would be revenue for the 200 series. Short name, sales, income from any normal business activity. We have tax settings on there. No account types affect your reports. Oh, this is really neat. So it shows you which account types are going to be on which reports. And I think this is great for a conversation with clients. And I think right here, income minus COGS equals your gross profit. I was actually just doing a study with my children on this. All of my babies are learning these basic concepts. It's just mandatory in our homeschool. I ran away from bookkeeping and accounting for 20 plus years. And when I finally understood it, it was just like my eyes were opened. And now it's a requirement in my homeschool. All of my children are required to learn bookkeeping and accounting from a very young age, and we've been doing a pretty good job. I can probably later on show some of the books, well, one of the main books that we use. All right. I don't think so. Xero pro tip. Add the sales account to the dashboard for a great overview of how business sales are tracking. Or add a clearing account like taxes or wages payable to check that the account balances. All right. All right, I think that's enough for now. What we just did, let me go all the way back up and see if that was actually titled Customize the Dashboard. So we worked on customizing the dashboard today in our self-paced training. I can't remember what they said was going to take us, but I think that was a great start. I'm going to probably stop this video and pick up in another video about customizing, or excuse me, on navigating in Xero. So thank you guys for being with me as we Xero together. Thank you for coming to Xero with me. And I look forward to us working together again. So let's see how it goes. Have a great day. Bye now.